Hi there, welcome back to episode 2 of my type 2 diabetes journey. This is Ira Feuerstein, and in episode 1, I shared my story. How I had type 2 diabetes for 12 years without knowing it, how it was silently destroying my body, and how I only found out I had it after I had a massive widowmaker heart attack. I also broke down one of the biggest things doctors don't tell you. Diabetes isn't just a blood sugar problem. It's a metabolic disease. And if you don't fix the underlying issue, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So if you missed that, make sure to check out the playlist when you're done with this video. But for now, stick with me because today I'm exposing the biggest lies about diabetes that keep people sick. Now, before we dive in, take a second and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on the bell notification icon so you get notification. YouTube doesn't always show videos in your feed, and I don't want you to miss anything in the series. So if you're serious about reversing your diabetes, you're going to want to see every single episode. Now let's start with the biggest lie of all. Lie number 1, diabetes is just a blood sugar problem. Now that's what every doctor focuses on, right? Blood sugar and A1C. Got to keep your blood sugar down. But let's think about this for a second. If diabetes was just about sugar, why do diabetics have such a high risk of heart disease, nerve damage, kidney failure, and even amputations? That's got nothing to do with sugar, right? Because here's the truth. Diabetes isn't a blood sugar disease. It's an energy problem. It's about how your body processes and uses fuel. That's really it. Now, all right, imagine you're driving a car. Normally, your body runs smoothly, it burns fuel, and everything works fine. But when you have insulin resistance, it's like your engine is misfiring. Instead of using fuel efficiently, it's breaking down, sputtering, and stalling out. So what does your body do? Well, it floods your system with more insulin, trying to force your cells to take in more sugar. But your cells, they're not listening. Remember in episode 1, we talked about the locks being jammed. Sugar stays in your bloodstream, your pancreas gets overworked, and eventually your whole system starts falling apart. And what does your doctor do? Instead of fixing the engine, they just try to drain some fuel from the tank, lowering your blood sugar instead of fixing the problem. That's why most diabetics keep getting worse. Because the real problem, the broken metabolism, is actually never addressed. You know, and that leads us to lie number 2. Diabetes is just about eating too much sugar. Look, I'm not saying diet doesn't matter. Of course it does. But if diabetes was just about eating too much sugar, how do you explain people who barely eat carbs but still have diabetes? Or people who eat like absolute garbage but never develop it? Makes no sense. Because the real issue here isn't just sugar intake. It's that your cells aren't responding to insulin properly. And if your cells aren't using sugar for energy, where does it go? It stays in your bloodstream. And boom, your blood sugar goes up and it does severe damage over time. And that's exactly when doctors hit you with lie number 3. Diabetes is progressive. You're going to be on medication for life if you don't solve the underlying issues. And it's going to be more and more medication. This is the one that makes me the absolute angriest. Because the moment they tell you this, you stop believing there's a way out. They make it sound like diabetes is just some slow-moving train you can't get off. A train to hell. Well, just keep increasing your meds as things get worse. But why? Why does it have to get worse? Because here's the truth. Diabetes is only progressive if you don't fix the root cause. Now let's get back to that car analogy. If your engine is misfiring, you can either fix the engine or you can keep driving it until it breaks down completely. Most doctors are just managing the symptoms. They're giving you meds to keep your numbers in check while the engine keeps wearing down. And eventually, you need more meds, higher doses, maybe even insulin, and you're stuck in this cycle where your body is breaking down while they keep adjusting your prescription. This is happening to me right now. You know, I went from med to med to med. My last doctor said to me, well, maybe it's time you go on insulin. And I'm like, I don't want to go on insulin. And I'm going to get so much fat. I'm going to gain so much fat and weight. It's going to cause other issues. But they don't understand. They don't understand that. They just want to keep putting Band-Aids on. If you actually fix the problem, if you repair your metabolism, if you restore your insulin sensitivity, and get your body working the way it's supposed to be, diabetes doesn't have to be progressive. And if you're finding this helpful, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning. I don't want you to miss out on what's coming next. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I've been on meds. I've had my dosages increase. I've been told this is just how it is. But I don't buy that anymore. I really don't. I've seen the research. I've talked to the right doctors, and I know for a fact there is another way. So if you're watching this and you've been told the same lies I was, I want you to know there is hope. This is my journey. And I'm figuring it out in real time, and I'm going to share everything I learn along the way with you. I'm going to be completely transparent. Now, in the next episode, we're taking this even further. Because now that we know the system is broken, we need to talk about the two completely different approaches to treating diabetes. The first one is called the standard of care model. It's a system that most doctors follow. The other is called functional medicine, which is what I'm actually beginning the path on right now to reverse my diabetes. But before you watch episode 3, if you haven't seen episode 1 yet, go back and watch it now. It explains exactly how I found out that I had diabetes, why the traditional medical system completely failed me, and you'll find the full playlist linked below in the description. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell icon so you don't miss the next episode, and drop a comment if you've ever felt like your doctor wasn't telling you the full story. Let's go on this journey together.